Everybody. So it's Cilla Black, who was a bit of a singer in her day in the kind of 60s, know a lot of hits, and then sort of better good at presenting and all the rest of it later on for the Cilla Black show. Surprise, surprise, blind date. We're trying to work out who the host would be these days. Somebody for 20 years ago, or maybe 15 years ago, maybe in their heyday. And I don't even remember saying Anne Marie or Rita Ora. But who would be our Bob? And who would be Gordon? Rylan is Bob? No, Rylan's too good. But Bob Holness was popular. Bob Holness, that's Blockbusters. Blockbuster. No, not that. No. Bob Carol G's with Spit the Dog was popular. Maybe kind of late 70s, early 80s, where Tiz was and all the rest of it. So it has to be somebody not that long ago. Bob would be... No, Shane Ritchie's for years ago. I mean, I know he's still about and everything. Michael McIntyre. No, Michael McIntyre's fucking would be bigger than... Got to be subordinate to Cilla. Bob is subordinate in terms of fame and all the rest of it to Cilla Black. Holly Willoughby would be bigger. Holly Willoughby did surprise. Fuck me, man. I didn't know people were like this. Stephen Mulhern. Stephen Mulhern has presented stuff all by himself. Bob Carol G's hadn't he? What are we doing? A few days ago or a few weeks ago, I wondered who would... Right, Surprise, Surprise is presented by Cilla Black. Who is Cilla Black? She had a number one in the 60s, around about the time of the Beatles, and was pal with the Beatles, or I don't know, there was something like that, right? And we all that lot. Had that number one song, maybe another one that came after it. But other than that, no much. She then had her own programme called The Cilla Black Show, I think, or something like that, which I never fucking saw. I know her as being the presenter of Surprise, Surprise and Blind Date, mainly Surprise, Surprise, when I was wee. That's who Cilla Black was to me. And she would talk about, oh, she used to sing, oh, nobody's got her records, oh, God, my singing's bad, or something like that, right? So that was like mid-60s for her when she sort of first appeared, I think. And then Surprise, Surprise started within 20 years, like early 80s. So, what's the equivalent of these days? What's the equivalent of Surprise, Surprise was to start now, here in 2024? Who would be that kind of, made a bit of a kind of impression maybe 20 years ago, tops? And some people are saying, or I said, maybe Anne Marie or Rita Ora. You know, so maybe like 2010, maybe. Jessie J, absolutely perfect, right? Jessie J, absolutely perfect. Jessie Ware would be good because Jessie Ware's not had a number one, mind you, but Jessie J would be fucking ideal. Who would be the Bob Carol G's though? And who would be the Gordon doing the Searchline thing? Gordon, whoever the Gordon is, would have to be somebody who, I don't really know what he was in before. I don't know if the Krypton Factor was on at that time. But I bet he was a journalist and now currently is one as well. Somebody who's a wee bit bit of brain in his head type of thing, looks like he could actually come up with some general knowledge. Richard Osman maybe too big. Let's Richard Osman. Osman is too big. Right, we'll get on with the game, right? We'll get on with this. But for now, we've got Jessie J. Richard Osman is Gordon. He's far too big. Dave Gorman, too funny. Ben Shepherd, too big. This is for Gordon, right? This is for Gordon. Martin Lewis could be quite good, but he's mostly money. Carol Vorderman. Dave Mitchell, I think they're too big. What was that one before again? Martin Lewis could be alright. Carol's a good shout. She's kind of too big and... she could be alright. You know, she's too big a character. She's too big a character. See, Gordon. What's his name? Gordon. Can't remember the fucking name. He's like kind of... you know, he just sort of sits there all sort of mild. Does his wee bit, and that's it. Occasionally hits out with a wee joke. Martin Lewis. Any better than Martin Lewis? I'm not seeing better than Martin Lewis. Martin Lewis can actually... he's a bit of a fast talker, mind you, but... I'm going to go... I'm not happy. I'm not happy with the choice. But I'm going to go with Martin Lewis. I think he can get better than that. A better choice, that is. More suitable. I don't mean a bigger person. Jon Snow... that would be a climb down for him, I think. Susie Dent's already... Susie Dent. Aye, because Gordon presents the Krypton factor. I think Susie Dent has also got... has she not got her own thing? Susie Dent... is Gordon. I could see her. I can see her talking about it. Brain box type. Very knowledgeable. Sitting there kind of bit a quiet, sort of quiet intelligence type of thing. Could pull out anything, just like that. Pull something out the head like that. Yet casual, exactly. No intense and moody. Like, you know, Gordon's like that. Relaxed. Smiling. You could go like that. When was the War of the Roses? Whatever the fuck that is. They could hit it with which one? Right, so that we've got right, so Jessie J's presenting. Susie Dent is your Gordon doing Searchline. And who is Bob Carroll's? No Fielding. Somebody said Greg Wallace. Greg Wallace might be a wee bit too big. Terry Christian? I don't think so. His heyday was early 90s, I think. Andy Peters. Andy Peters feels good. Mickey Flanagan. uh, Mickey Flanagan sells at stadiums and things like that. Tim Lovejoy. Tim Lovejoy. He's a wee bit too. Takes himself. No, doesn't take himself seriously, but he's a bit. You wouldn't be like, try to hit with wee jokes all the time. Try to hit with wee jokes. Greg Wallace. Right, I think we're alright for now. There might be a way to perfect it. But there might be somebody better. So the new surprise. If it was kind of like out for the very first time today, it had never been made before, who'd be presenting? Greg Wallace is too fucking big to just occasionally fucking appear at the side. But Jessie J presenting. Susie Dent doing Searchline. Greg Wallace is the Johnny Vegas. He used to sell out things. Bob Carroll has never fucking sold it. Needs somebody just a wee bit weird. Just a wee bit weird. Just a wee bit weird. Fine. Mark Lamar's, no. I need to get this. I know we can get it. Joe Swash. Aye, I think so. Joe Swash. I think it would be perfect. Joe Swash. Joe Pasquale could sell out a show in certain places. Joe Swash though, you don't really go just to see Joe Swash. He's part of something else. He's acting in something. Ryland's far too fucking big. Don't be daft. I'm going to go with Joe Swash. So, our final list. Presenting. Jessie J. This is a surprise came out new. For the very first time. No a reboot. For the very first time. Jessie J. Presenting. Dane Searchline. Susie Dent. Right? Fucking ideal. Like, what's his name again? Gordon. What's his fucking name? Gordon what? So Jessie J is all wrong. Maybe. There he is. I mean, look, I imagine Krypton Factor has actually came back once or twice. Susie Dent would be fucking perfect. Anyway, and who's the other one? Joe Swash. So, gone about visiting people and things like that. Instead of Bob Carroll G's. Yeah. Yeah. I think so. Pixie Lott instead of Jessie J. You're splitting. You're splitting hairs. Little Boots. Where the fuck did she go, by the way? I remember constantly hearing that advert for that fucking song she had, her album. Stacey Solomon. Here. Well, if you had Stacey Solomon, Stacey Solomon would be ideal. But no. And I'll tell you why. I don't get a lot. I don't sense a lot of malice for Stacey Solomon. I don't sense malice. Wait a moment. I don't sense. I need an under. Brute Power says because she's actually a nice person. What's going on in here? What? Are you fucking drunk? You know, somebody doesn't know what's getting said. Now I'm not sensing any malice for Stacey Solomon because I want that kind of Cilla Black. There's a wee kind of, there's a patronising tone to her. There's a wee, plus the fact that we know all the wee stories about how she's rude to people and all the rest of it. And I go like that. No, but I'm not sensing enough. I'm not sensing any malice for Stacey Solomon. And it's like the person said that in the chat. It's like they've had a drink in them and they're not really paying attention to what's actually getting said. What? Maybe because they're actually a nice person. Aye. Possibly, probably, aye. But that's not really what I'm on about. Jane McDonald is far too big. Wait a minute. Jane McDonald hasn't got enough malice. Oh, I should know. Well, that's maybe because she's a good person, a nice person. Unlike some people, Lemmy. No, I know. I'm saying we're looking for something. Oh, fucking. Jane McDonald, I can't see Jane McDonald going like that. She's a something. Yes. Do I come down the patronising tone? Jessie J is way too big. No. No. Oh, you need somebody like Rebecca Ferguson, the singer. Plus, is she not from Liverpool? If I remember her accent correctly. Davina's far too big. Jessie J, is she any malice? I can see her being. I can picture Jessie J being kind of accidentally patronising, if you know what I mean. I can see her being maybe a wee bit like that, but knowing that, I can imagine Jessie J just occasionally putting her foot in it. Fuck, we need somebody with a wee bit of malice. Who's got malice? I'm going to move on to the game, right? I need somebody with just a tiny whiff of malice. Lily Allen. I don't see Lily Allen as having malice. I see Lily Allen as having malice towards people. Perhaps I would be in agreement with having malice towards, but I mean, there's just a sense that they just sort of, I want to kind of Cilla Black, kind of talking down to people, sort of Cheryl Cole. Cheryl fucking Cole. Cheryl Cole. Cheryl Cole has got malice. Could be absolutely perfect. Oh, yes. I have seen her like an X Factor. Kind of being that sort of patronising way that all the judges are. But, she's done things. She's actually done things. I think she'd be fucking perfect. Sharon Osbourne. No, no, no. Sharon Osbourne is too not too malicious, but she's quite upfront with it. Sharon Osbourne is quite upfront. By the way, I've since changed my mind. Gerald Cole's too much baggage. Far too much baggage.